international politics. In the presidential election of 1988, Republican nominee Vice President George H.W. Bush won against the Democrat nominee, Governor Michael Dukakis of Massachusetts. Running an aggressive campaign, Bush exploited on the good economy and Reagan's popularity. Meanwhile, Dukakis' campaign suffered greatly from several mistakes, including failure to defend against Bush's attacks, ultimately leading to his defeat. This allowed Bush to win with a significant margin of the popular vote while winning the Electoral College by a landslide. This election marked the third consecutive presidential victory for the Republican Party, and the first time that a party had won more than 2 consecutive presidential elections since the Democrats won all 5 elections from 1932 to 1948. In other news, the western coast of the U.S. was a victim to a deadly natural disaster. On October 17, 1989, at 5:04 p.m. local time, the Loma Prieta earthquake struck Northern California. The shock was centered in the forest of Nisene Mark State Park, with a moment magnitude of 6.9 and a maximum Mercalli intensity of 9. The earthquake was responsible for 63 deaths and 3,757 injuries. When the earthquake hit, the third game of the 1989 World Series Baseball Championship was just beginning. Because of the unusual circumstance that both of the World Series teams were from the affected area, the normally crowded highways contain unusually light traffic, thus injuries and deaths were significantly lower. The earthquake caused consequential damage to the region's transportation system, estimated at $1.8 billion. Other effects included sand volcanoes, landslides, ground ruptures, and damage to about 12,000 homes and 2,600 businesses. The earthquake caused an estimated $6 billion in property damage, becoming one of the most expensive natural disasters in U.S. history. Private donations poured into aid relief efforts, and on October 26, President George Bush signed a $1.1 billion earthquake relief package for California. We also send out prayers from Emerson News. Next, back to the eastern coast of the U.S. in Boston, Massachusetts. On March 18, 1990, the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum was robbed of 13 priceless works of art, worth about $500 million. That morning, 2 thieves dressed up as policemen knocked out the 2 guards on duty. They roamed around undetected for a whole hour and stole the 13 artifacts. We now go to AJ, who's at the museum in Boston.
Thanks, Julia. I'm AJ here at the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston, Massachusetts, where 2 thieves have stolen over $500 million worth of priceless artworks. I am here with art collector Isabella Gardner, whom the museum is named after. So Isabella, what can you tell us about the stolen artifacts?
Well, I originally bought and collected all of the artworks that were put on display here, so I know each and every artwork that was stolen. Some of the artworks include paintings such as Storm on the Sea of Galilee, A Lady and Gentleman in Black, and Chess Tortani.
Wow, those are some priceless artworks. I hope they recover soon.
Thanks. The museum is offering a $5 million reward to anyone with information regarding the location of the missing artworks. If you have any information, please contact the museum.
Are you bored of playing board games by yourself?
Yeah!
Are you bored of having nothing to do on car rides?
Yeah!
Then you should get a Game Boy from Nintendo. Here! The Game Boy makes it possible to play games anywhere.
Anywhere?
Yes, anywhere. At the beach, at school, at the library, or even your own home. There are 5 games available to be played right now. Why play baseball in real life when you can play baseball on a Game Boy and save yourself the dirty clothes and sweat?
Ever since I got my boy a Game Boy, he keeps playing baseball on it. And I don't have to worry about driving him to practice or washing his clothes every day.
You can also play Alleyway and clear the blocks before time runs out, or play Super Mario Land and save the princess from an evil creature Bowser. You can even play with your friends using a video link. Get your Game Boy today!
Welcome back, and this is June Clark. Today, another big step in space exploration will be made by NASA. The Hubble telescope, which was set to launch in 1986, will finally be launching today. Now to AJ at the Kennedy Space Center.
Thanks, June. Hello, everyone. This is AJ at the Kennedy Space Center in Maryland Island, Florida. We are currently a minute until the launch of the Hubble Space Telescope and Discovery Space Shuttle. Let's talk to Jennifer Green, a member of NASA. Hi, Jennifer. What can you tell us about the Hubble Telescope?
Hello, AJ. The Hubble telescope is the first telescope to be launched into space. It will be orbiting the Earth and is capable of taking extremely high-resolution images with substantially low background light than ground-based telescopes. It's a telescope that NASA hopes will lead our country to a breakthrough in space exploration.
Thank you, Jennifer. Well, everyone, we're only 5 seconds away until full launch. Here we go!
4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff of Space Shuttle Atlantis. A final visit to enhance the vision of Hubble into the deepest grandeur of our universe.
Thank you, AJ, and let us celebrate the successful launch of the Hubble telescope. We now go to foreign news with the crumbling of the Berlin Wall in Germany. For 28 years, Germany was a nation divided not only by ideology, but also by stone, barbed wire, and deadly force. On August 13, 1961, the German Democratic Republic decided to construct a barrier to divide the communist East Germany from democratic West Germany. The Berlin Wall stood as a testament to eternal struggle between open and closed societies, preventing individuals from seeing their families and preventing people from job opportunities. For all its might, the wall could not stop the free flow of news into East Germany. The west side of the wall became a platform for politicians and a canvas for artists. The east side grew grimmer, as social and economic problems were heightened. In the end, people rose in protest. The effect of the mass protest led to the head of the East German Communist Party to give permission for the gates along the wall to be opened. After receiving permission, thousands of East and West Berlin citizens began to climb on top of the wall and started tearing it down. November 9, 1989 marks the fall of the Berlin Wall. The fall of the wall symbolizes the end of the Cold War and the first step towards German reunification. Back to news here in the US, the 1989 Super Bowl showed a heated and competitive match between the Cincinnati Bengals and the San Francisco 49ers at the Joe Robbie Stadium in Miami, Florida. The 49ers won by a close score of 20-16, earning their third Super Bowl championship. The national anthem was sung by Billy Joel, and the halftime show was called Bebop Bamboozled, which featured the magician Elvis Presto. With Montana's excellent performance in the regular season, the 49ers were favored to win, and Montana did not disappoint. With 190 seconds left and the 49ers trailing 16-13, the Bengals' solid defense had only surrendered 1 touchdown the entire game, and Montana was able to march the team 92 yards in 11 plays, and Mike Cofer's extra point kick had won them the game with 20-16. Although Montana had a great season, it was running back Roger Craig who finished the season with 2,036 combined rushing and receiving yards and 10 touchdowns, earning himself NFL Offensive Player of the Year award. On the Bengals side, quarterback Bonner Esiason had thrown for 3,572 yards and 28 touchdowns with only 14 interceptions and had won the NFL MVP award. Congratulations to the 49ers for the championship and all other NFL teams for a great season.
Whoa, what is that?
Wild cherry Pepsi.
I want to drink that.
Wild cherry Pepsi.
Wow, it's hecka rad.
Wild cherry Pepsi.
Ew! I like cherry Coke better. Coke rolls, Pepsi drools.
Well, you gotta at least try it.
No.
Please!
No.
Try it!
No.
Try it! Try it!
No.
Try it! Try it!
Wow, it's awesome!
Wild cherry Pepsi.
Try it today!
Cherry Pepsi. It's wild.
We now go to today's editorial, which regards biotechnology. Recently, Harvard University researchers Stewart and Leader were granted the first patent to the first genetically modified organism, a mouse. They added a human cancer gene to the mice embryos, building a creature that could accelerate the development of treatments for cancer. What is your opinion on this issue, Julia?
As an environmentalist, I feel that this genetic engineering as a technology interferes with nature. And I also find the use of mice or any other animals as subjects and experimental objects for cancer research to be no different from animal cruelty.
I see your point, but we do have to consider the immense benefits this new biotechnology can bring to us, as these organisms are perfect for testing new drugs and therapies for cancer research, and also for determining whether chemicals and other toxic substances found in food or the environment are harmful.
That's true. I agree, if managed properly, the benefits of these mice could outweigh the consequences.
We end today's news with Home Alone. Macaulay Culkin stars in this hilarious family film full of silliness and fun that will surely become a Christmas classic. Main character Kevin McAllister is left alone at home while the rest of his family members go on a trip to Paris. The house is targeted by burglars Harry and Marv. However, Kevin counteracts with ridiculous booby traps around the house. This battle between Kevin and the burglars gives the audience a great laugh, as the silly characters of Harry and Marv are portrayed foolishly by Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern. In the end, the two bandits are arrested and the rest of the family comes back home, relieved to see Kevin safe, ending the film with a message of family love.
I am going to get home to my son.